Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of One Seed, One World. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the video. Please subscribe to our channel, and so that way you can check out all of our other content, the build projects, the gardening, the chickens, all that kind of stuff. So now that we got the seeds growing in the greenhouse, today I'm going to start preparing my existing beds. Like I mentioned on the last video, I do have a lot more beds to build this year, but I have the three big long 24-foot long beds out here, along with six shorter beds that just wooden beds that are older, that I want to start getting prepared and ready to go. Now, because when you build beds, you know, over the course of a season, and especially over winter, the soil level is going to, you know, sink down over time, and you'll need to top it off. And also, you can put other amendments into your raised beds, you know, throughout the winter. What I do is, you can kind of see these little yellow piles here next to me. That is Buford's litter, which is the Angora rabbit. I did the video previously on rabbit poop and how great it is for a fertilizer, natural fertilizer, organic fertilizer for your garden. And it's a cold compost, so that you don't have to compost it first. You can just put it directly, you know, in and around your plants, and it won't, you know, harm tender seedlings or anything like that, like say cow manure, horse manure, chicken manure kind of thing. So throughout the winter, whenever we clean out his litter box, I just bring the bucket out here and just kind of run it along the beds. I've also added some leaves in here that I raked up out of the garden last year, and a little bit of ash from the fireplace, just to kind of add those things. So now I'm going to rake it out, and then I'm going to top it off with some garden mix soil. I'm very excited about my soil this year. I just found a local company that carries a garden soil mix that includes leaf grow compost, which leaf grow is a local company here in Maryland. They do organic compost. I buy their bags. In the past, I've bought the bags of compost from Lowe's, but I just found that this company actually mixes very nice sifted topsoil with this organic leaf grow compost. And so finding that, and the fact that they would deliver it here, and if I order a certain amount, it's free delivery. So, and I am ordering a lot of dirt this year. Just this morning, about 10 minutes ago, a big dump truck just left and dropped me off 17 cubic yards of dirt. Now I got 17 cubic yards to start, because I know that filling one of these beds just with no hugelkultur or anything else in the bottom, if you're just filling it straight dirt from for a 4-foot by 24-foot bed, it takes 9 cubic yards. Now I'm just topping off these beds because I have to top off 3 beds along with 6 other smaller beds, and I'm doing other flower beds and stuff around the greenhouse. I went ahead and got full 17 yards, which is probably going to take me, I don't know how long to move all that dirt. It's a big pile of dirt. Let's go take a look at the dirt. So this is my mountain of leaf grow topsoil dirt. It's nice and dark, and it's very fluffy and light. You can kind of see, hopefully with the lighting out here, this early morning sun, but it's very nice soil. So it's going to be really good for the beds, I think, and good growing medium. And I know it's all organic stuff, so very happy about that. But I need to move all this one wheelbarrow load at a time down to the garden, and that's going to take me probably a good couple of days, I think. So let's get started on that. Man, I am beat. I'm on day number 2 of moving dirt, and I have barely touched this pile. I definitely ordered way more than I needed for this first leg of getting everything ready. So that's okay though. I got free delivery for ordering that much, and got a lot of other things that I can do with the dirt, as well as building the new raised beds, which will be an upcoming episode. But all the existing beds except for one has been topped off, along with all the flower area that I'm doing around the walkway next to the greenhouse and behind the greenhouse. So that's done. The next thing that I have to do to prepare my beds is adjust these cattle panels. Last year I had them too low. Really, let me show you here. So you see how close that the cattle panel trellis is to the top level of the dirt? That really isn't necessary, because really your tomatoes, peppers, that sort of thing, they don't need support for the first couple of feet, really. And so I'm gonna raise these up, which will just involve clipping off the zip ties that I have them on these T-stakes, raising it up and putting new zip ties on. So they're pretty easy. And plus, over the course of last season, they kind of, a couple of them got a little leany. So I'm gonna adjust those and make sure everything's kind of straight and level, as well as adjust my hoops. So I'll get those raised up, and then the big long beds will be good to go. The other thing that I need to do is update the hoop bed. So the hoop bed still has the plastic on it. I should have taken this off really a month ago. The cabbage in here, as well as the broccoli, has all gone to seed because it got too hot in here. The green cabbage was looking pretty good for a while because I had this propped open a lot during the day. But I've closed it the last couple of days because we had those really cold nights. I guess really I could have left it open because, you know, your broccoli and cabbage and kale, that kind of stuff, they can stand a light frost. But I closed it anyway and then forgot to come reopen it. And so just in the last couple of days, now my green cabbage has all gone to seed. So I'm not gonna get any good heads of cabbage out of this. But what this did show me is that putting this plastic on here has will protect your cole crops over the winter. I probably could have had kale and stuff in here too, and it would have done fine. But the good thing is that as this keeps going, if I leave these in here, I will get seeds out of them that I can save. And then I'm also going to plant some kale and stuff over on this side. But what I'm going to do, since I have those types of crops in here that are subject to cabbage moths, which will just demolish your whole crop, I am just going to take this plastic off and then replace it with just a fabric cover so that it lets air and water through, doesn't get as hot, and will keep the cabbage moths out. And then I just have to add a little bit of dirt of the new dirt to this side to kind of top off the bed. So I'll be doing that over the next couple of days. But you can, if you build one of these, you know, you can keep your PVC plastic framing on and then just switch it out from winter to spring. Go from your plastic to your cloth cover, and then switch it back out when fall comes and put your plastic back on it, and you can use these for a long period of time. So one last thing, when I was doing this bed, I hadn't checked on this herb bed at all this spring. Generally I go through my beds because I have rabbits that will move in and start making nests, and so when they start digging holes and filling it with hay or grass or whatever, I go in and disturb it. You know, I take it out, fill the hole back in before they can get in there and really make themselves a home and have babies and all that. But this herb bed, I hadn't done anything with. So when I was out here weeding it out yesterday and starting to put the new dirt in here and compost, found this rabbit's nest. And so I was like, oh no, another guy's trying to move in. They already tried to move into my garlic bed, and I put the nicks on that and filled it back in and stuff, and there was just some like grass and whatnot. So this one, I'm like taking the hay and grass and stuff out of it. Wasn't finding anything, so I'm like, okay, cool. Nobody's like truly moved in yet. They're still building this. And I had picked up like this whole mass right here. And as I lifted it up, boop, baby rabbit falls out. And I was like, oh no. And so like I open up the grass and there's 4 more baby rabbits in there. So I tucked them all back down in the hole, covered them back up with the grass, and we'll see what happens with them. Generally, baby rabbits don't last too long out here. There's plenty of neighborhood cats, hawks, crows. I've seen crows take out baby rabbits before. And of course, one of our dogs, Oliver, is a true hunter when it comes to rabbits, and he has eaten some right in front of me in the past that was pretty horrifying before I could stop him. The good thing is because of with all the other fencing projects and stuff, that I will not have Oliver out here unsupervised until these babies are grown and gone. So we'll see. I don't like to have too many rabbits out here because they do get into the beds, they will eat your crops and that kind of thing, but I also am not gonna kill them off myself. I'm gonna let nature take its course and see what happens. So they're all tucked back in there safe and warm. And the rest of this bed is prepared. I've got my oregano up here in the corner that is doing fantastic, that I'm very excited about. It has spread since the transplanting last year, plus the seeds that I had put in last year. So I've got a much bigger full batch of oregano that's going on right now. And I got this little cilantro right here that I guess reseeded itself and is starting to pop up. And so it's kind of cool that this early in the season come out and get a little bit of cilantro, get a little bit of oregano, and a little bit of rabbit. No, I'm just kidding. So that's it for preparing the initial beds, or the old beds, I guess. Next step will be when I can get to the point of taking down the old chicken coop and rebuilding the new one, and then rebuilding all the new beds, hoping to add probably 6 new beds or more. And we'll see how that goes. I definitely have plenty of dirt to last me for a little while. So anyway, thanks for stopping by and checking out another video. Hope that everything that is going on in your neck of the woods and your gardens and in your homesteads is going fantastic. And I hope you have a great day. See you again soon. Namaste.